Hey, I think we're live, right? Hey, how y'all doing out there? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'm so happy to be here. Hey, there she is. I was waiting to see your face, yes, Bailey. Are you stalled? I think you're stalled.
Are you there? Can you see me? I can
I'm
see
here,
you.
but you're stalled a little bit.
It might. I think your internet is going in and out, so it might be your signal a little bit. But we're gonna rock out because it's you're buffering in and out. But we can see you loud and clear. You're fine.
Give me a second. Are you able to hear me now? Are you able to still see
Oh
me
yeah,
now?
we can hear you. You all
Okay,
right?
cool. All right, so
Everybody,
I
y'all
just want to
type in the
welcome.
comments to tell her she's all right. Oh, I think we lost her signal, you guys. So bear with us. She's having some internet connection difficulties. But everybody tune in. This gives us a minute to stop and share. I am not Key. I'm not Sister Kijuanna. She just got kicked out. Give her a minute. She should be back in any second. My name is C.S. Bailey. I'm the founder and the president of the She Is Still Dope Network. She is coming back in, you guys. Here she goes. There she goes. There we go.
Yeah, I
Listen,
don't know.
I know what it is. The enemy don't want you to do what you about to do.
Listen, listen,
We don't. I don't care if you get
listen,
kicked out
listen.
10 times. We're gonna keep coming right back. That's right, y'all. They said she's all right. You're fine. We can hear you. You look great. Go ahead. This your show.
Well, good. Listen, okay, listen. I just want to welcome y'all on. First, I want to give a shout out to the She Is Still Dope Network. We have C.S. Bailey sitting here with me. I'm excited about what I believe God is going to do through the songs in the key of life. I am your host, Kijuanna Wilson-Ewell. Like I said, I'm excited to be here. I did not want to start off the show with just talking to you guys for a very, very long time. I decided to do something a little bit different to get you guys to understand what this show is going to be about and a little bit about my history, a little bit about my background. C.S. Billy, is there anything that you need to say before we cue in the video?
I just want to say I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? Like I know, I know everything it took. You right? Listen, y'all. I stalked this woman like I was trying to date her. Listen, it was not easy getting her on this network, but I know that God got something for you. I see Ethan Hall. I see all our people from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I miss y'all. Say I'm in sunny South Florida now, but just seeing all of the people in the background and people tuning in to support you. I'm so proud of you. Like you have a gift, and I'm saying it here right now. Like within the next couple of months, you'll be global. You're gonna shout out to our brothers and sisters in Africa. Africa is tuned in. I see them keyed. Africa's in the house. So shout out to our chapters in Ghana and Uganda. I love you
Hey,
guys.
y'all.
This is Lady Kiki, y'all. I've been talking to you about. So to our brothers and sisters in Africa and Uganda and Ghana, what's up? Okay, she got kicked out again, but that's all right. She'll be right back in, you guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and just say what I want to say. God is really using her in a mighty, mighty way, and He gives his biggest battles to His strongest soldiers. I've just watched her, from the background, just do some amazing things and just touch people, right? So I'm really, really excited about what she's about to share with you guys. She should be back in here in a second. Listen, the enemy is angry. He does not want her to share what she has for you guys tonight, but there's nothing in the world that can stop this show from happening. So as soon as she gets in, she has a piece, a video that she prepared and she's worked very hard on to share with you guys. So tonight I want y'all to big her up and send your love and let her know how proud you are of her. I'm so proud of her for stepping out on faith. She's so talented and so gifted. So tonight, just give her roses. Let her know we love her and we appreciate her. So I just want to say how proud I am of her. She's coming in now. I see her coming in now on the back end. As soon as she's in, we're going to roll this special piece that she created for you guys. But let me tell you something. When you have sisters in your circle that are talented and gifted, don't compete with them, eat with them. So I'm so grateful and so blessed that she joined our network. As she said, we have chapters all over the world. Oh, that's all right, Ernestine. I know you too. P-Funk for life. You know what I mean? Let's not get it twisted. I grew up in the public housing projects in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I now live in Florida. But listen, ain't nothing like home. Nothing like home. I miss y'all, and I miss my Middlesworth chips. But with that said, I see Lady Key is trying to get in the back end. I don't want to premiere her video without her. She worked very hard on this. So if you guys just give her a couple seconds, I see she keeps trying to come in. But for those of you who don't know, She Is Still Dope is the first global network created for purpose-driven women. We have chapters all over the globe. We now have a Harrisburg chapter. We have chapters in Uganda, Baltimore, Atlanta, LA. So go to sheisstilldope.com and you'll find out more about what we have going on. She's back. I told y'all she was gonna come back. Listen, I told him, Key, I said I can't premiere her video without her.
What are the odds? Like, I haven't had any connection problems. It is what it is.
Well, I told him what it was. Everything trying to stop, but nothing gonna stop this night. So I'm not even gonna hold it any further. We're gonna premiere your video. You ready to drop it?
No, I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go. Y'all pay attention, stop and share. This is dope, especially for our Harrisburg people. And you know what? Let's drop it.
Let's go. Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Songs in the Key of Life. I am your host, Kijuanna Wilson-Ewell, aka Kiki, aka Lady Key. It's whatever you want to call me. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the She Is Still Dope Network. CS Bailey and her team are amazing people, and I'm so happy and honored to be a part of this. I wanted to start off here at Freedom in Christ Fellowship because this is a ministry that God has blessed me and my husband and our entire church family with. And then I'm going to take you guys on a little field trip. I don't want to stay in the four walls of the church, but I want to give you a little bit of background about who I am and what this show is. Okay, what this show is not. Okay, let's start with what it's not. This is not a show that I'm going to be singing every single Thursday. And I repeat, I will not be singing every Thursday. However, I will be incorporating some sort of music every single week. The Songs in the Key of Life is a show that is based around worship. It's based around life. It's based around relationship. It's based around getting out of the four walls of the church. How did the show come about? I want to say that CS Bailey is an amazing individual. Honestly, y'all, I was not going to do this show. This was not an idea of mine. I did not seek this out. I did not search this out. Quite honestly, I did the opposite. I ran from this assignment. Sherry Bailey asked me to be a part of the She Is Still Dope network. And honestly, I wasn't feeling very dope. I was feeling very like, blah, blah, blah. I was feeling like life was just having its way with me. I was going through the motions. I was just living life, by routine. And she reached out and asked me to be a part of the She Is Still Dope network. And I was like, I don't think I'm ready for that. And she said, okay. She let it go. And then some time passed and she reached out again and said, God told me to call you and encourage you and to pray with you. But also God told me that I am not supposed to move on without you. I need you to pray about this. And again, still in a rut. Have any of you ever been in a place like that where you're just in a rut? Maybe you just don't feel worthy enough, or maybe you don't feel like it's your time. And I said to her, okay, I will pray about it and I'll let you know. And I began to pray about it. And one day I understood that it is my time to step outside of my comfort zone. And when she told me, I have a name. She said, tell me what you think about this. Songs in the Key of Life. It's a play on the old Stevie Wonder album. And she said, but we can play up your name by using K-I instead of K-E-Y. And I said, okay. And I thought of another name, but then God brought me back to the Songs in the Key of Life, and it made so much sense. So I want you guys to know that every week we will be bringing you something else, something different. Some weeks we'll laugh. I am a clown. I love to have fun, but some weeks will be more serious. Some weeks we'll cry. But I want to just show you guys that worship does not have to be the 20 or 25 or 30 or whatever, however long. It does not have to be that service that happens in front of the church on Sunday morning. I want you to know that you are the church. I want you to understand that worship is inside of you and God gives it to each person individually. I am a firm believer that all things work together for the good of those that love God and are called according to his purpose. However, I do believe that things look different for different people, right? So I'm going to get out of here. So we're going to start here and we're going to end here. I'm going to take you on a journey. We're going on a little field trip. I want to show you guys a little bit about my life, a little bit of where I grew up, and tell you just a little bit about myself. And then we're going to come back here and so we'll talk a little bit more, but talk to you in a little bit. Okay, let's go. We're ready. We're going on a field trip. Okay, let's go. Now we are driving in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We are in the South Side. This is called Hall Manor. So I started off uptown. My grandmother took care of me. My mother and my father. I'm not going to tell their story this, today. However, they will be on the show at some point. But my grandmother took care of me and my oldest sister, and we moved from uptown and we moved to Hall Manor, which is, like I said, it's called the South Side, is what we call it in Harrisburg, PA. So there's so many memories, just even riding around this loop. I can look over there. I remember my aunt Rosie lived over there, Chantel, Carla, and Tammy. My cousins were over there. My best friend Maya and Mike lived over here. And right here, I'm going to try to pull over. I hope I don't block anyone in. But this was the road that I lived in, 47F, Hall Manor. This place was life for us. It was joy. It was peace. My grandmother and the neighbors were all cool. I lived next door to Derek and Marcus, and we had such a good time out here. But I do remember where music became real. My grandmother would play James Cleveland and the Clark sisters. We had a really, really good time, but I just remember those songs ringing in my mind. I remember this was a time for me, just a really, really good time. So this is kind of where it all started. This is where music became life in my life. So we are now on the Milton Hershey School campus. I'm going to be honest, when I was here, none of this was here. The signs, they're beautiful, the hanging plants. I mean, it all looks amazing. It was beautiful when we were here too, but this is like next level. They really, really did a wonderful job with the upgrades on the school. We're coming up on that, like this. None of this was here. The Milton Hershey School, home of the Spartans. None of that. That statue, the Spartan. That's pretty dope. But it wasn't here when I was here. I'm driving this way first because the place that I lived when I graduated, it was a student home called Cloverdale. Now, Cloverdale is no longer here, but there were so many memories in that student home. That was where I ended up in Cloverdale in my 10th grade year because I was at another student home and things just didn't work out. So I came to Cloverdale, and I had house parents by the names of Mr. and Mrs. Snyder. They were great house parents. Sny was, he was hilarious. They were good house parents. We also had a very, very good relationships with one another in Cloverdale. I mean, we had our issues, trust me. I mean, you got to understand, we were living with like 16 to 18 girls or something like that. These are not your siblings. These are people that you don't know, but you grow to know, and they become like your sisters. So you can imagine a place with so many girls. But right here, over here, is where the student home used to be. And actually, wait a minute, is that, so I think they left, I don't know, I believe that maybe they took it down, but it was Cloverdale and Rock Ridge that were here. My student home was here, and they knocked it down. It's so weird because I'm feeling like it wasn't like exactly on the corner, but maybe it was like more in this area, but it's gone. They got rid of it. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is more the area over here, but it's gone. And there was that barn, actually that barn over there used to have these cows. And I remember one night I looked out the window in the middle of the night, and there were cows that had broke loose out of the barn. So I went and told my house father, like, there's cows coming out the barn. He's like, go to bed, stop playing, because I was a jokester, a trickster, and he thought I was kidding. I'm like, no, seriously, like, I promise you, go outside, there's cows coming out. He did not believe me. I had to bang on the door until finally he came outside, and all the cows were walking from the barn to the highway. And he was like, oh my gosh, you were telling the truth. So that was crazy. Me and my friend Sandy, we both, we laughed so hard because we were up in the middle of the night and watched cows escape from the barn onto the highway. That was kind of our entertainment. Like when you live in Hershey, things like cows and things like, whatever, things like that. That was our entertainment, watching cows break free from a barn onto the highway. That's kind of how we had our entertainment. We would wake up smelling cow poop and chocolate all at the same time. So if you can wrap your heads around that, that's kind of the way that I grew up. I think this was my very first student home, if it's called Muncie. Is that called Muncie? It is. That was, so when I was enrolled at 9 years old, that was my first student home. I don't even remember the house parents' names, but I was 9 years old. So I came from Hall Manor, and I came from, you guys got to see a little bit in that neighborhood, and this is the house that I moved into at 9 years old. Understand that at 9 years old, when you're coming to a place like Milton Hershey School, it's a little bit intimidating. You're being moved from your home, you're being uprooted from what you know. This school was a school that was to provide assistance for people who were in low income households and people who had lost their parents. So you're coming from an environment that you're accustomed to, and you're moving into something that's completely out of your ordinary. So I remember having some challenges with my behavior. I remember at times just feeling like, am I wanted at home? Am I not wanted at home? There were moments where, my siblings, at one point, my sister was here with me, but then she left the school and went home. I decided to stay. I felt like it was the better decision, the better choice for me. But there were times when I did feel like, I'm the only one here. However, Milton Hershey was exactly what I needed, and it gave me, great opportunities. It also opened up the musical side of me. My first love was actually drumming, and many people don't know that, but drumming was what I desired because I was told that I couldn't sing at a young age. My voice was too heavy. That wasn't going to be, for me. Try something else. So Milton Hershey actually opened up the doors for me to sing. As a young girl, I had a very deep voice. I still have a pretty deep, husky voice, but I had a really deep voice. But I would sing these songs that were soprano. I desired to be a soprano. And my sister and my aunt, rest her soul in peace, my Aunt Val, they would sing this song to me, and it goes like this. Your voice is baritone, and you really don't need no microphone, but you use one anyway so the people can't hear just what you say. And they would sing it over and over again, right? So it kind of made me insecure a little bit about my voice. So when I came to Milton Hershey, this dome right here, which is called Founders Hall, was the very first time I stepped outside of my comfort zone and decided that I was going to sing. And the most memorable parent weekend show, like we would do these parent weekend shows, but the most memorable one that I think I would say would be Sister Act 2. And I played Lauryn Hill.
Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee. God of glory, Lord of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee. Healthy as the sun above. Fill the clouds of sin and sadness.
in that. So this is really, really like one of the most memorable places. If you could see the dome, it's beautiful. When I came to Milton Hershey School, it was a school for orphans or children that were in single family households. The income bracket was lower. You know, you were in need of certain things. And so when my parents, like I told you earlier, my parents were both in the streets. My grandmother was raising us, and my grandmother became ill, and my sister decided to come here. We had my cousin Kristen came to the school, and my sister decided she wanted to come as well. So my grandmother asked me, did I want to come? And because my sister was here, I decided to come, not knowing that because she was older than me, we would never, ever be in the same student home. So a student home is where you live. So there are house parents who take care of you, and there are other students within your age bracket that live with you. So my sister was older. We never had a chance to live together, but I wanted to come because when I came to visit her, you know, she was here and the place was beautiful. I thought that it would be, you know, life-changing for me. So at 9 years old, 1987, so I was in Milton Hershey from 1987 until 1995. So I was 9 years old when I enrolled, and I was 17 when I graduated. This was what I called home. But I do want to be honest, when I came to Milton Hershey School, I was in a bad place. I mean, I was coming from living one way, knowing one way, being accustomed to one thing, coming to a completely different world where people were eating shepherd's pie and chicken a la king and stuff that I just didn't know anything about. You know, we would wake up smelling cow manure or chocolate. So it was a brand new world, and I had my challenges. I was the type of child who was a little bit of a Dennis to menace, and I was a little bit mischievous. However, I had some people who stuck in there with me. So I'm actually going to drive over to the student home that meant the most to me. So in the summertime, like a lot of the students are probably home for the summertime. But the good thing about Milton Hershey is that if you don't have a home to go home to, you're able to stay here during the summer months. So that was always a beautiful thing. I was here during the summer months. You know why? Because I had summer school. Because I didn't know how to act right during the school year. So I always lost like 30 days off of my summer or something like that, being in summer school. Oh, so now it picks up. Okay. This is really different. So we walked to school. So my student home was over that way, and we used to have to walk to school every day. It didn't matter. Rain. We even walked in the rain. We had raincoats. We had rain boots, but we walked. These big old bumps. All right, so here we are in the Woodland cluster. This was my memory. Like right here, Mr. Mladenoff would line us up, and we would do a relay race starting right here. Okay, so we are now in the Woodland cluster of Milton Hershey School. I don't even know if they still honor the clusters, but it was Woodland when I was here. And this student home here was Dogwood. I don't even need to look at the signs because this was like my life. Dogwood. Tim Brown used to live in that house. We used to walk to school together in the mornings. And this student home right here is like everything. This is Elmwood. Boom. So from 10 years old, so from 5th grade to 8th grade, I'm going to park. This is where I lived. My house parents were the Mladenoffs. They are amazing people. Mrs. M really, really pushed me. Mrs. M, she challenged me. Like I said, I didn't think I could sing. They used to talk about my voice, so drumming was my first love. I don't drum as much anymore. Here and again, I'll hop on the drums. My husband challenged me to a little drum off. But Miss M said, no, you can sing. And I remember her pushing me to sing. But this student home, let me tell you something. When it comes to songs in the key of life, this home and this time in my life from 5th to 8th grade was major. When you're going through those years, you're very insecure. You're somewhat finding out who you are. I remember having some of the happiest moments of my life and some of the saddest moments at the same time in this student home. But you're learning about who you are and who you're not. And I do remember developing as an individual, learning my own voice here, learning, I was very mischievous, like I said. So I remember all of the detentions and the soap in my mouth from, using words that I wasn't supposed to use. But we had such a good time. Also, the thing I remember so much is that the Milagros put a lot of love into people. So if you guys are on social media, there are so many major players, so many major women in this world that came from this student home. Moving forward as an adult, God made an impact in my life, and I was married, and I have 5 children to my husband, and we decided to step outside of the church, and we came out into the community of Harrisburg, the city of Harrisburg, and we were called to meet people where they were. So we decided to come out into the community. We would go into, there was no place off limits. We would go into bars, we would go into drug houses, we would go into alleyways and on corners. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if people were drinking, if they were smoking weed. It didn't matter. We just wanted to meet people where they were and show them the love of Christ. And the ministry is called Beat the Streets. So after, we did Beat the Streets for a few years, and we would come out in these red t-shirts. People knew who we were. The community knew who we were, and they were excited about Beat the Streets. I remember being on a walk one day, and the guy said, "Why do y'all come to our neighborhood?" And we said, we just want to show you the love of Christ. We just want to show you that God loves you. It doesn't matter where you're at and what you're doing. And he said, I remember when I was a kid, when people used to come into the neighborhoods, but they no longer come into the neighborhoods. They ask us to come into their churches. And he said, what you guys are doing is beautiful. I thank y'all for coming out here. Will you pray for me? So we prayed for this guy, and he said, I hate the church. I hate the church. He said, but I love y'all. I love y'all. If y'all ever had a building, I will come. And I remember that we kind of looked, I remember my husband and I looked at each other, and we were like, wow, that's major. That's big. However, year after year, we would hear the same thing. We don't like church. We don't really fool with the church folk. We don't really fool with the church folk, but we like y'all. And it wasn't that they liked us. Let me just make that clear. It had nothing to do with Kijuanna. It had nothing to do with Lamont or any of the other people who were in the community with us. What it had to do with was the God in us. They saw the God in us. They saw that we were doing outreach and not inreach. They saw that we were willing to meet them where they were. And see, that's what I love so much about the songs in the key of life, because I want to be able to do just that with this show. I want to be able to take you guys into places that you may not even think I'm going to go, to show you how God will work, to show you what he will do if you and I would just take our hands off. You know what I mean? If we would just allow God to be God, the glory of all of that. So these communities, all of this is, this is Market Street in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. This is one of the streets that we've been on. We've marched up and down. It also is the street that leads you to our ministry. So after so many years of doing Beat the Streets, God placed in us, it was time to open a ministry. And our ministry is called Freedom in Christ Fellowship. So as you go down Market Street, we'll kind of run right into it. 10th Street. We're on 10th Street. This is the way to FICF. So we're back in the corner. Honestly, if you don't know about this spot, you're not going to really know about this spot. But there's a lot that goes on back here. So we have our ministry, and we're attached to a boxing gym. So there's always a bunch of youth outside running around, working out. And as you pull up here, this is Freedom in Christ Fellowship. All right, guys, I'm just going to take you into Freedom in Christ Fellowship just to show you around for a moment. We're not going to stay long. I need to show you what God has done in here. All right, come on in. Come on in. So here's our entryway. It was crazy during the COVID, during COVID-19. You know, we had to take major precautions. We did shut down for a moment. However, when we, reopened the doors, we make sure that we're taking temperatures, writing everything down, dating everything to make sure that we know what's going on. We're doing the hand sanitizers, but we are back in the building. You hear what I'm telling you? We are in the building, okay? We're here. So I'm gonna open up this door. And here we go, y'all. This is FICF. This ministry started from being in the streets in the city of Harrisburg. Everything that is in this building was paid for by the members in the building. We have not had to take out any loans. We have not had to go in debt. We have done this all from the muscle, the designs. We made the signs ourselves. The men in the church put up the backdrop. They did the painting. We purchased all the chairs. The sound system equipment was actually donated to us from the Hershey Giant Center. That screen over there was donated from my cousin Dara DeRosta. He gave us a huge screen that is really, really cool. The pulpit was actually donated. The 2 pews in the front were donated. The wood pallets my husband made, and we put lights on them. And my husband also made the cross in the front. So this is just what we do. This is Freedom in Christ Fellowship, and I'm just so happy about what God is doing in our ministry, through our ministry, and how he is building the people up of Freedom in Christ Fellowship and how they are going out into the community and helping to build up others. So I'm super duper proud of the work that we do here. Okay, y'all, thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that y'all joined me on that little field trip. So what are a few things that we learned today? We learned, number one, that the songs in the key of life will not be Kiki singing every week, right? We also learned that I come from a musical family. We also know that I was a little bit mischievous. You guys learned that drumming was my first love and not singing. And you learned that we were in the streets first with the community ministry, and now we're in a building, right? You also learned that every single week, every Thursday at 8 p.m., I will be bringing you something totally different. So I'm hoping that after you guys went on a field trip, that you are ready to join this ride with me, be a part with me. If you guys want to be a part of this show, reach out to me and let me know. We can collaborate. Like I said, I want to have fun and do so many things. But I have a little bit of a surprise for you. I didn't think that it was right, kicking off today without my family. So while they didn't go on the field trip with me, they are waiting for me at my sister's house. So I don't know who's going to be there, but if the right ingredients are all together, I think that we can stir up a little special brew for y'all. So give me a moment, and in a minute, when this cuts off, I will be back live with you guys, and I will introduce you to my family, and we will hopefully be able to sign off with a little something, okay? Pull back if you don't feel that. Hey.
All right, you're in. I wanted to make sure I pulled you. Congratulations. That was beautiful. Hey, y'all. I'm pulling out. I'm going to let y'all do your thing. Oh, there's Key. What's up, y'all? Hey, everybody. That was so beautiful. You had me over here crying, messing up my makeup. Congratulations. I'm pulling out. I'm turning it on. It's your show. Congratulations.
All right, we only got a few minutes. We up in here.
Let's go.
So listen, I want to just introduce y'all. Like I said, we're here with my siblings. We have my cousin Nakia, shining to say hello. My sister Melissa, my sister Kia, my mom. Come over, Mom Dukes. Where's my husband at? Come on, babe.
I feel weird because
like sitting back with sunglasses on. That's Pastor Lamont of Freedom in Christ Fellowship. Come over, Promise and Nia. The kids.
She won't.
Some of the kids. The rest of them were outside playing. Say hello.
Oh, you can make your debut.
Okay.
Now you get to get in the thing.
Little Jordan, say hi.
Say hi.
Okay, so listen, we only have a few minutes, so listen, so we're about to just sing y'all out of here. Listen, first of all, I want to say really quick, hold on, I want to give a shout out. Honestly, I was thinking about, hold on, y'all got to be quiet for 1 second. I was thinking about doing the video for a minute because I didn't know exactly, I didn't want to talk to y'all for 20 something minutes or 30 minutes or so. And I waited and I was like, I don't know, I don't want to ask anyone the last minute. So I went to a young lady who actually edited the video, and I have to give her a shout out because she did it in a couple hours for me. So I need to definitely give you guys her name. Look her up. She is Corey's, at Corey's Story. So it's at KHOREESSTORIES. She's on IG, so check her out, please. She did an excellent job. Another thing is, please don't judge my mirror because somebody had pulled back and hit it. We're not going to talk about that, but we're going to let y'all out of here with total praise.
And she did have her seatbelt on.
Yes. So we're going to go out of here with total praise. Y'all ready? Let's go. Y'all want to get close so y'all can... All right, go ahead.
You want me to start it?
Yeah, y'all can start.
Oh, okay. Whoa! This is live. This is.
All right, y'all ready?
Live.
We out.
Lord, I will lift mine eyes to the hills, knowing my help
It's coming.
is coming
From you. Your peace
you give me.
in time.
Time of the storm.
Oh, you are.
The source of my strength.
Oh, you are.
The strength of my life.
I lift my hands. Come on, Mom. I need you to come in, Mom. Come around. Come on, Mom. We need you in here. Here.
You are the source of my strength.
Can you?
You are the strength of my life. I lift my hands in total praise to you.
Thank you. She was trying to go into the
We know it. We just don't.
So listen, guys, we are out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in to Songs in the Key of Life. I will let y'all know the next guest coming in. Please follow the She Is Still Dope Network. Please get your Roku together. Also, come on to IG and follow me at Songs in the Key of Life. I am Kijuanna Wilson-Ewell, and we are out. Thank y'all for joining.
Yay!
Wait a minute, I don't know if we're still...